good people? Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the Double the Innocence loves the weekend. Well, reality is a hell of a thing, don't you think? I'm not going to make too much of a big ordeal about the mere fact of the matter that Los Angeles Lakers are now on a 2-game losing streak. For the mere fact of the matter that I was one of the first people to come up here and say we're not going to make too much of a big deal at the mere fact of the matter that the Lakers were 3-0. It's the beginning of the season. There's a lot of teams trying to figure a lot of stuff out. But the same way I came up here and gave the Lakers credit for having a better start than I thought they were going to have is the same way I'm going to come up here and let you guys know that now they're starting to lose. Reality's starting to kick in. Now they're starting to play. I mean, if you saw the game yesterday, they got beaten from pillar to post. I'm going to say it again. If anybody saw the game yesterday, the Los Angeles Lakers, with the Proclaim Cling, got beat from pillar to post. Reality's starting to kick in now. It's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing. I'm just letting you guys know. I mean, everybody that heard any of my videos from beforehand, they made sure to let me know when the Lakers are 3-0. So I think it's just due justice for me to let those same individuals know they're on a 2-game losing streak. And I don't see things getting any better for them, unfortunately. And that's just my humble opinion. It's what? I would have to say the 5th game. But would people agree that LeBron James is really starting to look his age now? Especially when he doesn't get the benefit of the whistle. He's not getting the benefit of the calls that he normally gets. So now he has to actually earn some of his baskets. It's not looking real good right now, unfortunately. But reality is starting to kick in. Anthony Davis, this is what's going to happen when you have other centers that are as mobile as you are. This is exactly what's going to take place. You had, what's his name? Well, you had Mobley, but you also had the other long guy. I keep forgetting his name. Jared Allen. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Jared Allen owned you last night. He dominated you in the center position as far as I'm concerned. I heard a lot about JJ Redick and his wonderful offense that he was gonna implement this season because he seemed to have found a lot of problems with the way Derwin Ham was running his offense last season. What happened to that offense 5 games into the season? The type of offense that JJ Redick is trying to run, I mean, it's more or less like a motion offense. But you have aging superstars right now. So, unfortunately, that type of offense that you want to run is not really going to work with this particular squad because they're a little bit too old. When you have the younger guys on, when you have the connects on the court and you have the younger guys, you could run that offense and it will be a little bit more effective. But when you have Anthony Davis and you have LeBron James, it's very, very hard to be running all those backdoor cuts all day. You did one right thing. You adjusted the Kings' minutes. Okay, that doesn't make you a genius because like I said before, as far as I'm concerned, the head coach I was coaching him last season was trying to do the exact same thing. So that doesn't make you Albert Einstein in my eyes. All that lets me know is the mere fact of the matter that you had a king that was willing to submit to what you wanted to do, but wanted to fight and kick up a storm when another coach wanted to do the exact same thing. is all I'm trying to say. But the last 2 games, they've been getting blown out because their defense is starting to show once again. I'd said it before the season even started. I told you guys, Anthony Davis needs help on the back end. He's not that type of individual that's, he's injury prone. He's going to give you the best he has for the period of time that he's on the court. But when things don't start going his way, you'll start to see the injuries start to seep in. He needs help on the back end. And if you guys are expecting LeBron James to be the individual that's going to help him out on the back end, you guys have another thing coming. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, people. It's not going to happen. I'm not sure exactly who the Lakers are playing next, but as far as I'm concerned, like I told you guys before, the competition is only going to get more stiffer. Now is where I believe the losses are going to start piling up on them. Now we're starting to get the realistic view of what the Lakers are going to look like for the majority of the season. No, I don't think they're going to lose every game, but I do think they're going to lose games in bunches. We can say whatever we want to say. We could go back and forth about the mere fact of the matter of whether or not LeBron James is the greatest player that ever touched the court. The bottom line is there's one race that he will never win, which is a race against Father Time. He'll never win that race. There's been allegations that he takes enhancements in order to help him out. Okay, fine. I don't know, neither here nor there. Even with enhancements, you still cannot win the race against Father Time. Plain and simple. So, 5 games into the season, as far as I'm concerned, his age is starting to show. I mean, he's getting away with travels. Finally, yeah, I mean, I saw him do the exact same thing against Phoenix the last game, but they didn't call it. Finally, they called it yesterday. When he realizes he's driving to the basket, but there's a possibility he's going to get blocked. So he keeps that 1 foot up in the air for a second and then puts it down. That's traveling. That's not gathering, it's traveling. And the only reason why he has no choice but to revert to that is because, as I said before, Father Time has finally caught up with him. Period. Whether or not people agree with me, whether or not people disagree with me, of whether he's the best player or not, that's neither here nor there right now. He's a 40-year-old player. So as far as I'm concerned, it's going to start showing. He did say he's planning to play maybe 80-something games. Yeah, let him come. Let him come. He did say he was planning to play 80-something games. I don't see that happening. And if it does happen, I see a lot of games like he had against Phoenix, where he's scoring 11 points for the game. And, you know, the list of excuses are going to come out, in my humble opinion. That's just my humble opinion. I got a good idea for you, Jennifer. How about if you go away? Seeing as how this is my channel, maybe you should go away and maybe bother somebody else. How about that? Obviously, you happen to be a LeBronite. Oh, thank you. You're gone. I appreciate you. And while you're at it, you can take Victor with you. How about that? I mean, it ain't my fault that, unfortunately, now reality start to set in with you know, with your Laker squad. It's not my fault. Reality started to kick in. Yeah, okay, they started off very, very well, and they started off well. Yeah. But I knew for a fact that that crow that I was eating would be short-lived. Reality was going to kick in. They built up JJ Redick to be the new Einstein of the NBA, but I really have not seen much change with the Lakers. I mean, yeah, they start off trying to run set plays, but when that doesn't work, they go right back to doing exactly what they do, transition basketball. That's it. Transition, bully basketball. My humble opinion, that is. But that being said, it's still a little bit too early to really say exactly how this season's going to turn out. But I do feel comfortable enough to say that the Cleveland Cavaliers do look like they're going to be around for a good period of this season. They look like the real deal. They really do. They look like they're gonna. I mean, right now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're 5-0. Yesterday was the first time I mean, during this season, I've only seen highlights of them. Yesterday was the first time I actually watched a game with them. They actually look like the real deal. I mean, the new head coach that they have, he seems to have implemented a system that's working for the players that he has. I mean, I always thought Jared Allen was a very good center, and the reason why I said that is because he's mobile and he runs the court. So when you have a 5 guy that actually runs the court, if you use him properly, he can be very effective. They have a coach right now that's using him effectively. So they look kind of scary. OKC's another team, another young team. If you notice, right now the league is reverting to the young guys. The young guys are the ones that are actually making some noise right now. Good morning, CT. How? Good to see a familiar, familiar name up here. How you doing? Hope all is well. Yeah, the OKC Thunder is another young team. I think that they're doing very well. So hey, I think that new tournament that they have is going to be one of them young squads that's going to win it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Cleveland is gunning for that. The in-tournament, the one that the Lakers won last year. I have a funny feeling that the Cleveland Cavaliers are gunning for that this year. That's the reason why they're starting and they're focusing on details the way they are at the beginning of the season. In my humble opinion. Yeah, well, I'm just kind of curious of what the list of excuses are going to be now. You know, I did tell you, once the losing starts to come in, you're going to hear excuses of why things aren't working, don't work, can't work. I'm kind of curious to find out exactly what the excuse is for last night's game. When they lost against Phoenix, JJ Redick came out. He blamed himself. He said it was his fault. Okay. LeBron James also had something to say about that particular game also. He said that he was sick. Okay. What's the excuse for last night? What's the excuse with getting beaten from pillar to post? What's the excuse? I mean, nobody was willing to give Derwin Ham any kind of leeway for mistakes or nothing like that. So we're not going to give JJ Redick no room to be making any kind of excuses. He was supposed to be the savior. He minds the game. So he's supposed to have one of the greatest minds that's in the game right now. So what was the reason that you guys weren't ready to play last night? And since you got such a great mind, why weren't you able to make the required adjustments when you saw things were starting to get out of hand? These are just questions. But we do have to give Bronny James a round of applause. He scored his first 2 points in the NBA. Ain't that something? Ain't that absolutely amazing, man? Congratulations, Bronny James. That's what we do, boy. We scored our first 2 points in the NBA in a blowout game in Cleveland, where your dad came from. Wonderful thing, man. So at least we have some more, another narrative we could add to the soap opera you guys are building out there. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations, man. And let me be one of the first. Me, myself, Double the Innocence. We want to be one of the first to wish you the best of luck in the G League. There's some hungry dogs down there, brother. There's some hungry lions that are just waiting for you to come down to the G League so they could show you a little bit about what they have to offer. Yeah, I'm getting there. There we go. Getting a little bit of what they have to offer now. Wow, the G League is waiting for you. If I'm not mistaken, I think they start November 8th. I would not want to be you, is all I'm saying. I mean, down there, unfortunately, you don't have people that are gonna be able to save you. You're gonna have to go out there, either put up or shut the hell up, plain and simple. But I wish you success. I mean, if it could actually happen for you, if you could actually go down there and you could actually improve your game, more power to you, brother. I don't want to see you fail. I just personally think that there was other guys that were more deserving of your position is all. So, you know, if I was an individual that you had taken that job from me, I would have been one of the first people waiting to greet you in the G League. All that to say, the Laker Nation is finally being brought down to earth. Reality is finally starting to kick in. And I don't think they'll be able to get the excuses out there fast enough for the amount of losses that they're going to lose. Rico and Hits, long time no see. How you doing? We just up here talking about the Lakers, baby. We're up here talking about the Lakers. Like I'm thinking reality's starting to set in now. I had to eat crow when they jumped out to a 3-0. You know, they didn't lose one game. They won the first 3 games of the season. I had to eat crow because they started a lot better than I thought that I and the majority of society thought they would have started. But the same way I had to eat crow when they started off that well, now if I'm liking Bronny's game, I would love Bronny's game in the YMCA or maybe a summer pickup game. I would love his game. To be occupying a roster spot in the NBA? Absolutely not. 0. How about you? You like his game? I mean, you know, I think I was very humane this morning. I gave him a round of applause that he scored 2 points last night in a blowout game. I think that's absolutely amazing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Recon. I'm just saying. He's an individual that does not deserve to be in the NBA. Plain and simple. And if he deserves to be in the NBA, there's a lot of us right now that are sitting on our couch that deserve a roster spot in the NBA also. Plain and simple. He ain't worth it. No, he ain't worth it. That just that move alone is giving a bad look to the NBA as far as I'm concerned. Just that move alone, picking him 55th overall, is giving the NBA a bad look. Because now it's like you can bring your kids to work now. Lots of misses. But if you watch mainstream media, like, you know, the sports centers and all that kind of stuff, they'll never let you know exactly how bad his game is. They'll never let you know that he doesn't really deserve to be in the NBA. They'll never let you know that. Which makes me ask that question. Whatever happened to the true journalists? The ones that, if they heard something, they would do their proper research to try and find out how accurate or true it is. Or if a player was really stinking out the joint, they wouldn't try to cover that up. Whatever happened to those days? No, I didn't see Lonzo. How did he play? I didn't get to see that game. How did he? I hope he played well. I heard he modified his game a little bit and his shot is looking a little bit better, which is good. Perfect. Yeah, he's a baller. All the ball boys are ballers. If I'm not mistaken, I think the one in Charlotte they say is probably the best one. And yeah, he got some ball handling skills. I did watch him. I happened to have watched his game yesterday because he was playing against my Toronto Raptors, so I tuned into that game. Hey, Charlotte won that game, but I gotta give Toronto a lot of credit. Plain and simple. I mean, there's nobody at all that's given the Toronto Raptors half a chance this season. And now, with the fact of the matter of their star out for 3 weeks, Scotty Barnes, he's out, hurt his eye or whatever the case may be. He'll be out for a little period of time. I was highly impressed that they competed as well as they did last night. Plain and simple. Highly impressed. Because that was a game that they could have actually won with the way they were playing. So that just lets me know that the coach that they have right now, the players are buying into his system and they're playing for him. That's what I see out there on the court. Because for them to be as competitive as they've been this season, even though they're 1-4, don't look at their record. Take time and watch even a half of one of their games. They're doing some pretty decent stuff for a fully revamped squad. For a team that got rid of the majority of their stars. So hats off to the job that the Toronto Raptors coaching staff is doing. Just to have players actually buy into your system is a hell of a thing nowadays. Yeah, Celtics are looking pretty good, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, they took a beating last night, didn't they? I think, if I'm not mistaken, Indiana beat them. The Pacers beat them. So, we got to be very, very careful. And a lot of people said that if the Indiana Pacers were healthy in the playoffs last season, they would have beaten the Boston Celtics. There's still a lot of people that believe that. So we just got to wait and see. But they do look good, though. Yeah, they do. Yeah. If I'm not I would have to double check that, but I'm almost positive they did lose, didn't they? Okay, there you go. Yeah. 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 Because last season, people say that the Boston Celtics, yes, they won the championship, but they had an easy path to get there because all the teams they played in the playoffs were hurt. I'm not sure I agree with that, but hey, it is what it is. So that's one of the main reasons why the Indiana Pacers were looking forward to playing the Boston Celtics, because they got their full squad now. So we're going to see how the matchups. I believe that's the first time they met this season. Indiana's 1-0 on them. We'll see how the season pans out for them. Because Indiana was a good team last season. When they were healthy, they were a very good squad. They were the team, actually, that I thought was going to win the in-season tournament. I picked them to win the in-season tournament. And then I don't know what happened. Seriously, I don't know what happened. But give me a few more games in, I'm gonna let you guys know. But right now, the team I think that's going to win the in-season tournament is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh man, that's what I was talking about. Recon hits. Oh yeah, they almost killed the Lakers last night. Oh yeah. They almost brutalized the Los Angeles Lakers last night. It was a beautiful thing. Absolutely amazing. And that's why I'm saying that reality's starting to kick in right now for LeBron James, all of LeBronites. Reality's starting to kick in because now, watch and see, any team that has a mobile center, like when I say mobile, like that could move like a Jared Allen, they're going to give the Lakers problems all day long. Because Anthony Davis has problems with other mobile centers. He dominates the centers that are stiffs. But the ones that are mobile like him, that can move like him, he has problems. And he does not have any help on the back end. In my humble opinion. And everything I'm saying here are just opinionated facts. They're my opinions, which are actual facts. Somebody please let me know. Let me know. Who are the Lakers playing next? And I can tell you right now whether it's going to result in a win or a loss. If anybody could check that out, Recon Hits, if you could let me know. Yeah, the Bulls have a young guy there from North Carolina. I think he played for. And he's a scorer. They just don't use him properly, unfortunately. Can't remember his name. The one with the afro there. Somebody, anybody. Lakers. We're playing Toronto. Okay. Okay, so the Lakers most likely will win that game. Ah! That hurts. You don't know how bad that felt coming out of my mouth. Ah! If by chance the Lakers are playing Toronto Raptors next, okay, JJ Redick, you can look like a genius. And the only reason for that is because Scotty Barnes is not there. If Scotty Barnes was there, I would have given the edge. Yeah, that's right. Kobe White. Thank you, Recon Hits. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Kobe Wright. Jacoby Wright or Kobe Wright. Yes, sir. Him? Chicago just does not use that individual properly as far as I'm concerned. Because that guy's a legit ball player. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Recon Hit. Yeah, that's the dude I'm talking about. So yeah, he's buckets, man. You know what you're talking about, Recon Hits. He definitely is buckets. But you know, because they have Levert, they had DeRozan or whatever the case may be. He wasn't one of their options, and I think that's a mistake that the Chicago Bulls make. You know. Playing Toronto next. So I gotta watch the Lakers win. It's okay, man. I just want to see them make them. I just want to see the Raptors make it very uncomfortable for them. That's all. And because of the mere fact of the matter that the Raptors do pay attention to detail on defense, that should make it a very interesting matchup. If you guys have any picks for the in-season tournament of your favorites of who you think is going to win, please, by chance, let me know. I'm kind of curious. Right now, I'm jumping on the bandwagon of the Cleveland Cavaliers because if they continue playing this type of basketball, and you know what? I'm picking Cleveland from the East. And from the West, I'm going to pick the OKC Thunder. Those will be the two teams battling for the in-season tournament. The two teams battling for the in-season tournament this year. Cleveland Cavaliers, OKC Thunder. Yeah, I feel good with those picks. Oh my goodness. Guys, don't let me be right, eh? Because I'm an individual. When I'm right, I like the world to know I was right. Especially when it comes to picks like that. And seeing as how I'm making a pick this early. Wow. Don't let me be right. Be a hell of a thing if I end up being right. That being said, people, I want you guys to have yourself a blessed Thursday. Enjoy it to the fullest. And remember, there's only one more day left till the weekend. And you know how Double the Innocence loves the weekend. That being said, people, have yourself a blessed day. Double the Innocence with your book is out. Recon Hits. Enjoy your day, buddy. Deuces.